remember when I was working construction for my dad, summer of my senior year, and all the guys around me would say, "Okay, I don't understand how you're doing this. You're waking up and lifting weights and then going and working construction for 8 hours a day. How do you have the energy to do that?" And I used to tell them that, you guys you're thinking about it backwards. I have the energy to go work construction for 8 hours a day because I go and work out in the morning, not the other way around. Going to the gym in the morning is definitely my favorite time to go. You get it done, you get your day started off right. Anything that you stick with too long and you don't ever change it is eventually going to get old. I mean, you're talking to a guy who, for literally for years, ate nothing but chicken, rice, and broccoli, the little Tupperwares. And after a while, I not only could I just not do it anymore, but it was I wasn't even getting good results. So by varying up my diet now and making things fit into my calorie and macronutrient needs, I'm happier than I've ever been. And now I have something I can stick with. I'm always looking for new inspiration for different recipes, and I decided, thinking about it on Sunday and saying, what I haven't really had in a while is Korean barbecue. Oh, that could be fun. And then I was also thinking that something for breakfast sounded good, and I came across these things called Hotteok. I'm sure I'm butchering the pronunciation there, but they're a type of Korean pancake that's typically filled with, some kind of like sweet, like a syrup, walnut sort of thing. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be interesting if I added some heat to the Korean barbecue with the habanero pepper, blended that all together, and I used that as the filling for these little Korean pancakes. So you have a combination of the heat and also the sweetness. And on top of that, it fits into your macros really, really well. So I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I definitely recommend, if you have the time, to marinate these and let these sit and rise, whether it's the dough, whether it's the meat and the filling, for about 30 minutes or so. You don't necessarily have to do that, just a recommendation, but I think you'll get the most out of it if you do. But obviously, I understand sometimes you don't feel like waiting around for an hour for this stuff to be ready. So if you want to just throw it together and start making it right away, totally works. It's so funny. I am as for as little as I go nowadays, I'm a huge fast food guy. One of my late night craving go-to places was always Jack in the Box. I'm probably the biggest non-stoner who ever went there at 3 in the morning, going for those lunchy meals and stuff. Like I'm sure they were like, "Oh, this dude has to be it." um, when you really think about it, though, how fast is fast food? I mean, by the time you get in the car, by the time you run over down the street and you pick it up, I mean, it's usually a good 15 or 20 minutes. And yes, it does take a little bit more effort to make it at home on your own. You don't have the industrial presses like I'm sure they have to close the tacos up. You have to really, really press down on them, I found, for a good 30 seconds or so, so they stay closed. That drove me absolutely crazy when I was first trying to recreate these. Obviously, I still love eating things like that, but I've just adapted so well to the if it fits your macros lifestyle that if I ever feel like having Jack in the Box or something like that, I don't even want to go. I want to make it myself. I'm definitely somebody that if I had to choose between one or the other, sweet versus savory, I would pretty much go savory 9 times out of 10, but I do like something sweet every now and then. The interesting thing is that even though I do vary up my diet and I'm constantly touting that I'm eating pizza, waffles, French toast, and things like that, you know, even if you just eat plain pepperoni pizza, even if it is macro friendly, even that can get a little boring after a while. So I'm always looking to switch up and spice up, so to speak, the things that I make and the things that I post. So you're never getting bored and you're always looking to put a new twist on something. Biggest tip I can say about the strawberry shortcake French toast in this video is absolutely want to keep it cold right until the very moment that you put it on the skillet, because once that filling gets warm, it runs out and all of a sudden you've got this big mess in the pan and it kind of defeats the entire point of having the stuffing inside the French toast. I hope you'll try any one of these recipes, maybe even all three in a single day. Don't be afraid to try to put your own twist on something and always keep things fresh and entertaining, because that's how you'll stick with it for life. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time.